I'm going to show you something in the statistics. It's in the Hall of Fame is what it's called. It's very cool statistics. Most people are used to this. You can see that I've done 38,000 battles. I've got a very good 49.74% win rate. But let's go into the Hall of Fame, and we're going to see some different statistics. You can look at this one, which is ratings by vehicles. Actually, you know what? Let's go here first. And we're going to look, I've been playing since around August or September of 2004. The stats, for some reason, only go back to December of 2014, I meant to say. So you can see that in the Mausian, it says I was ranked number 59 for the month of June. The reason why is because I was playing the Mausian. I was trying to do a damage blocked by armor mission. But you come over here and you do since December 2014. I'm assuming it's going to say the same for you. And you hit select rating. And you're going to see some interesting statistics. Oh, okay, so this is vehicles. You can see that, like, for example, in the Sentinel, I'm number 30 out of all players since 2014. That's almost 5 years. And then for the Matilda, I'm ranked number 85. For the Hydrostat, I'm ranked number 104. For the Tehran, number 132. For the 15A, number 139. And you're going to see a pattern among all the tanks that I'm high ranked with. You can see all these tanks, and what the pattern is that I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I am high ranked on tanks that have fast reloads. And I know this, I've known this years ago. This tank has a 2-second reload, and the reason why is because I chase after tanks. I hustle on the battlefield, and when there's a lot of low hit point tanks around, you don't want me to be around with a tank that has a fast firing gun. I go pew 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 pew, and I'm knocking tanks out like crazy. So that's why I have great positioning when I play fast firing guns. And you can go and you can check, and you can also do a different time period. Let's check this, see what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen. So it looks like with the Jagdtiger, I have a good rank. Oh, it's 500 plus battles. I don't have 500 plus battles in most tanks. You can see, I guess I only have 2 tanks with more than 500 battles. The rest of them, I have to do more battles in order to show my rating. And you can do, obviously, something like, let's look at June. I think we already looked at June. Let's look at June 2018. Did I do that correctly? I don't know if I did that correctly. You go over here. Okay. So you can see I was playing light tanks, rating position 74. The reason why is probably because I was working on a light tank mission. This was probably the month that I was trying to do LT-15 for the Object 260, which is why playing a light tank here. I was playing light tanks and more light tanks. I was only playing light tanks. I was trying to do LT-15, which I did complete. The video is on my channel. I don't know what this does. We'll examine this at some point in the future. So those are vehicle stats, and then we've got player stats. Everybody knows my opinion that win rate is not a measure of player skill. And the reason why is, look at my win rate. It says 49%. But if you look at everything else, it says I'm better than 80%, I'm better than 70%, I'm better than 97%, I'm better than 91%. The reason why I scored higher than 97% of players for damage blocked by armor during the month of June is because I was working on the damage blocked by armor mission for a couple of days during the month of June. When I was working on that mission, I was actually one of the top ranked players, just like I was for the AC-1 Sentinel and the Matilda BP and all those fast firing tanks. Very easy to do. So we're going to look at the total period, which is all of my 38,000 battles. And you'll see that it says I scored higher than 52% of players. Unfortunately, a lot of ignorant people only look at this number. But if you look at my other numbers, like experience, I'm greater than 90%. If you look at damage, I'm greater than 73%. If you look at damage blocked, I'm greater than 80%. Keep in mind, I play fast, light tanks. If you look at damage assisted, I'm greater than 96% of players when I play for damage assistance. For killing, I don't rank. And the reason why is because I tend to spot. I do a lot of spotting. And by doing spotting, you tend to not fire your gun. At least that's what I did for many years. I never fired my gun. Now when I spot, I do fire my gun a lot more often than I did before because I've learned spotting positions where it's safe to fire your gun. Okay, so you'll notice that people look at this and they say that my 52% is my skill level as a player. But when you look at all these others, I mean, I'm a good spotter. Nobody will ever look at the 96% and say Dave is a good spotter. You never hear that. No one will ever acknowledge that in all of my stats since 2014, all vehicle tiers, no one will ever acknowledge, yeah, Dave is good at spotting. You're never going to hear that from anybody. No one's ever going to acknowledge that I'm better than 90%. They'll always say that I'm a below average player. That's all I ever hear from anybody. No matter what you say, that's all they care about. Even my World of Tanks rating is relatively low, even though it's higher than 79% of players. The reason why is because I play every tank in the tech tree. I play all the crappy tanks. I play the good tanks. I play each tank like once or twice, unless I'm working on a specific mission. That's why that happens. I'm going to show you what it's like. This is when I was in New York. You see, I had 54% victories. In June, I was living in New York. I scored higher than 81%. Nobody cares. Over here, you can see I was one of the top 1,000 for spotting. I was probably working on the spotting mission for LT-15 for the Object 260. Nobody cares that I'm about to have. I need one more mission for the Object 260. And over here, you see I'm higher than 86%. Nobody ever looks at these numbers. They just look at this, even though for this month, I actually did pretty good. But watch what happens when we look at the next month. You're going to see a lot of weird things. Remember, top ranked over here, pretty good over here. This is going to be a shocker. The suspense, come on, it's killing me. I already know what the number is. Come on. Oh, come on, don't fail me now. Okay, look at that. It has populated one number. Okay, all the numbers are waiting to come in. Look at what it says. My victories was 40.9%, but it says I scored higher than 99% of players. How can I be a bad player if I scored higher than 99% of players for assistant damage? And I've got 40% victories. I'm not pulling my weight. I'm not doing enough. But people only care about this. This is not a way to measure player skill. People who do this don't understand. This is actually a team value. It's not an individual stat. So what I'm doing is I'm showing you that you can investigate this Hall of Fame and you can see a lot of interesting things. So let's look at the rankings, and I'm going to show you how the rankings work. You can see that for July, I was ranked 1,024. This is based on probably this. Let's see if it is. No. Okay, so over here it says I'm ranked 34,000. For over here, I am ranked, this is based on win rate. Because my win rate is so low, look at this guy, 82%. My win rate is so low. 40%, he's got an 82% win rate, and look at how much assistance he does. We're somewhat equal, 798 versus 700. This is damage. I don't even rank. He does 4,800. I'm 550. This is what I don't know what this is. EXP. This is EXP. You can see I rank 24,000. This is destroyed. I don't rank. This is blocked by armor, don't rank. This is actual spotting damage. You see I rank 1,021 with actual spotting damage. So this is my rank, spotting, but you can see that the number one spotter has 57%. The number two has 79%. These numbers, you know, the statistics are very open to interpretation. If you look at the number two guy and the number three guy, you'll see that these two numbers are about equal. These two are very different. These two are somewhat similar, about 10 to 12%. These are somewhat similar. These are somewhat similar. This one, his damage block is higher. These are somewhat similar, but there's a huge variance. 80% to 51% for win rate. This is not player skill. This is a team value. These are all individual player skills. The player actually did all these. Well, the player didn't really do the assistance damage, but he did earn these values. Um, so there's a lot of interesting statistics here, and you can change various factors. Like you can look at the higher tiers. In some cases, number of battles. You can look at different months. And that is the Hall of Fame. You can compare with your friends. You can see how you're better than everybody. You see Sam Lockhart is one of my friends. I like Sam Lockhart. I love his videos. I think he's a very intelligent person. But you can see that I spot a lot more than Sam does. You know, and his spotting value is a lot lower than mine. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Clanmates. My clan is not a particularly strong clan. I do better than my clanmates for spotting, and this is against all players. They've got something here. So the Hall of Fame is really interesting information. These are statistics over the day, but because I haven't been playing, it's not here. I'm going to give you another example. We're going to go back to June, and we're going to go to my achievements. And remember, you know, it was in the vehicles that I wanted to show. So it says here I scored higher than 97%. This is currently the second week of June. When I was in the first week of June, it said I was ranked number 180. And that wasn't my highest ranking. That was just the ranking when I happened to check. So if you don't play, you fall in the rankings. And as you play, you're probably going to increase in the rankings. If you play every day, your ranking might not change. So you can see that it was 819. That's weird. How did it go to 819 if I haven't played? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, I had, or maybe you know what? I might have played some games last night, which moved me up in the rankings by 102. By 102. So this is something really cool that you can check. Don't trust win rate. It's a garbage statistic. It means absolutely nothing. The teams are random. You know, it's random team statistic. It's kind of meaningless, and so many people pad these stats. So that's the Hall of Fame. There might be other interesting things that you find in here. If you have any questions or comments, please post below. And of course, if you want to tell me about how I'm a below average player, feel free to do so in the comments below. Thank you.